You know, a couple days have passed now ever since this big news broke of Drake filing these pre-action lawsuits against UMG, Spotify, and we all are throwing like Kendrick in the mix. Like, yeah, that one's on the way, right? I wanted to look around and I want to look at the internet's reaction. The internet is undefeated. I don't care if you're Michael Jackson. I don't care if you're Jay-Z. I don't care if you're Diddy. I don't care if you're Donald Trump. I don't care if you're Eminem, Rihanna, Beyonce. It doesn't matter. Drake. The internet is undefeated. Drake obviously doesn't like people that turn on him or stand against him or disagree with him. So as I look across the internet, I'm just like, he's going to have to just unfollow the whole industry. Everybody. As I'm putting together all these videos that I'm going to bring up on the screen, I probably got at least 15, maybe 20. I don't even know if we're going to get through all of them. I only found 3 people in favor of Drake. I spent about an hour looking across the internet just to get an update, just to get a pulse. Where does the industry, where does hip hop stand on these lawsuits? 3 people I found. 1, Rory. He's speaking from the standpoint of the business, right? UMG and the payola, and if you're a signed artist to this corporate entity and these type of things happen behind the scenes allegedly, what would you do? But when you look at Rory and Maul, right, that relationship with Drake, obvious bias there. Not saying that that's not Rory's true opinions, but that's one that I found. The second one, of course, DJ Academics, right? Even Academics is at a point where he's just like, man, this is bad timing. This is one that Drake might not win. I don't know if you can make it back from this one. But at the same time, he's pushing what? Same as Rory, the business side of it. Why does this make sense from a business standpoint, the corporate standpoint, the business of the business of the business, these higher ups and all this behind the curtain, behind the scenes stuff that justifies these type of legal actions from Drake and Drake's camp. And the third one was Funk Flex. And he wasn't even necessarily directly backing Drake. He was more so just like, yeah, there's payola out there. Go ahead and expose them. You want me to expose some people? It looked like he was more so defending the integrity of DJs, not necessarily Drake. But the first 2 of the 3 stuck to the business. What did I care about? Not the business side. We already spoke about that in depth, and I thought that we were fair when we did that stream. I wanted to see the hip hop side. Drake is one of the biggest hip hop artists to ever come through the entire timeline of hip hop. I was very curious of the impact on his legacy, the hip hop reaction. You know how it is in hip hop. They don't like police, lawsuits, any of that type of stuff. It just never feels like hip hop. They start talking about Jay-Z and Nas, Ja Rule and 50 Cent, NWA and Eminem and Ice Cube and all these hip hop mega beefs, Tupac and Biggie, and nobody going to the courts behind it, regardless of whether you felt that it was business tied or not. Never have we seen this court involvement, and it's still directly tied to the legacy of where it all started, a rap battle. The second pre-action suit is about defamation from lyrics contained in a rap battle. So I had to go look around the web and see the reaction to the hip hop side. We got so many of them. Let's get this over with.
You don't talk about payola, you buy live streams, and you don't sue after you got dissed. And you done did some dissing. But that's y'all new.
Why is Drake playing in the background? He said, you don't speak about payola and the system and all that type of stuff. Why? This is Uncle Luke here. This is an industry titan, right? He had his time of being at the top in his specific genre of hip hop, right? We don't talk about this stuff. Streaming and numbers and do labels buy albums. We all know this type of stuff, bots and payola, because everybody at some point possibly benefited from it. Once again, this is what Nicki Minaj went at the label for when it was benefiting Drake. So it's just like he's like, we don't speak about this type of stuff. And then you damn sure don't complain about no rap lyrics, defamation. How do you be a hip hop artist and have a hip hop battle and tie defamation to lyrics in any direction. I don't care if it's a label. I don't care if it's the artist. How do you have the word in your mouth defamation in hip hop? You know how most big time rappers, they like that backstory, that credibility of saying like, yeah, I came up battle rapping. I didn't have my exchanges on them street corners and all that. I did that. Whether you were DMX, whether you were Jay-Z, whether you were LL Cool J, whether you were Cool Mo D, whether you were Cool G Rap, whether you were Cool Herc, whether you were Rakim, the list goes on and on. Cannabis, like there's no such thing as a rap battle with defamation. The courts and defamation. This is Uncle Luke.
People, that's y'all young people. Y'all young people live in a soft society. So I'm glad I'm an OG.
I'm gonna stop him right there. We got so much to go through. He said, "This is y'all. Look what they doing, man. Look what they doing." Hey, any young people in the chat, man, y'all better stand up. If you in your 20s, early 30s, or your teens, and you happen to watch this stream, you better stand up. We ain't about no defamation over lyrics. We want our rap battles. This is history. This is the legacy of hip hop. We got to stand against that as a whole. I love Drake. Y'all love Drake. You love Drake. We all want his next hit song and next hit album. Defamation, hip hop wise, this goes back to the core and the roots of hip hop. Everybody must stand against that. Everybody. I'm sorry, Drake. Everybody. Business or not, defamation. Let's just keep it going, man, because there's so many of these as I looked around just for the industry's reactions. Crazy.
I don't know if y'all should be playing that, Kendrick. Y'all want to get a lawsuit up here. Lawsuits don't scare us around here.
Yo, we're talking about watching an NBA game, minding our business on national TV. You got the Phoenix Suns playing. I'm here trying to see what type of numbers Kevin Durant is putting up tonight. And then you cut to the halftime show with Shaq and Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith. And I mean, this is like one of the biggest sports media platforms in sports history. He starts it with mustard. They're playing Turn the TV off in the background. And he says, you better turn it off. We don't want to get a lawsuit. This is what I mean when I say, yo, Drake, you just got to unfollow everybody, the whole industry. It's bad. This is the reaction. This is the reaction. No, shout out to my nigga Day, man. What's Day talking about?
Crazy. Yo, look, wait. Sometimes I'll be like, yo, God really made me a battle rapper for a reason because I see shit that a lot of niggas can't see. Yo, look, all right, look. Let's all say this together. Lawsuit.
Lawsuit.
Hold on. Say it. Lawsuit.
Lawsuit.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. Say it fast, real fast. Lawsuit. Say it faster. Lawsuit. Now I need y'all to say it slower. Lawsuit. Lawsuit. He lost. He sued.
What?
He lost.
What?
He sued. Yo, it's crazy. Yo, nah. Yo, look.
Yo, they he turned it into you lost and you sued. We don't respect frivolous and or competitive based lawsuits in the sphere of hip hop. Period. We don't respect it. We don't respect it. Stand for it, people. Day is crazy, man, but there are some very, very big platforms covering this. Let's continue.
Illegal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to boost the numbers for Lamar viciously personal song.
Hey, you listen,
He took his glasses
I'm not
off.
in the music world.
Look at him rubbing his face.
I'm not in the music world. I don't understand the music world like most people do that have invested their lives in the rap beats and understanding of the culture and some of the other things that they're integrated it, in with. So it's hard for me to understand or even explain this to you because I don't.
Okay, Ocho, I get it. Didn't you just try to come into the battle rap space recently and try to do a rap battle and all that, right? And this is a very big platform that you and Shannon have here. So you're going the politically correct route initially. You want to lob it back to Shannon. I get it. I see what you're trying to do there.
I don't know it like that. I don't know it like that.
He
Now,
got
be honest
this.
with you.
He said the record didn't do the numbers that it did.
Right.
They
So
inflated the
they
numbers to make the song seem more popular than what it
Right.
actually was.
Okay, I got that part.
Drake is the first guy to have 20 songs with at least 1 billion streams.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to say there's a rapper bigger worldwide than Drake.
Right.
Drake, bro, okay, he got one up on you. It happens. You take this kind of measure? Chad, I'm confused.
These are very, very big platforms. Very big platforms.
This is a bad look. Let's get this out of the way right now. It's a bad look. And it's all smeared on Drake. All of it. This is hip hop, man. This is hip hop. Somebody comes at you with lyrics, with a song, you're supposed to come right back at them with the song, with lyrics. And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. You know, the hip-hop community prides itself on being authentic, straight up, real, in your face, let you know where they stand, how they feel, and not shine away from shit. That's the hip-hop community. Let me tell you what's been happening in the hip-hop community since last night. I've been making calls. I appreciate the bevy of information that everybody has provided me with, giving me intel and letting me know what the hell is really going on. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I don't cover this business. And yes, I'm a product of the hip hop generation. I grew up, I'm from Hollis, Queens, New York City, y'all. I'm from Hollis, Queens. Run DMC, grew up in the neighborhood. Jam Master Jay was best friends with my late brother, God rest both of their souls. LL Cool J grew up 5 minutes away in Farmers Boulevard. 50 was just a few minutes away. Ja Rule, the same thing. I mean, the list goes on and on. So understand, I'm a product of all of that. I'm a product of all that, but I've never been entrenched in it from a journalistic perspective. I don't cover it. I don't read hip-hop magazines and all of this other stuff. I just listen to the music that I like and to the stations that play the music that I like. That's all I know. That's all I know. I don't know a damn thing about the industry. I'm going to tell you this much, though. I know a hell of a lot of people who do. Here's why I bring it up. All of them want to remain nameless. All of them. The hip-hop artists I know, the radio disc jockeys that I know, the journalists that cover it, even though I got Torre coming on in a few minutes. I mean, I've never seen an industry where you got folks, yo, I'm not touching this publicly.
Culturally, for Drake to always get he's corny, he's not really one of us, he's mixed in culture, he didn't grow up like that, he's an NBA creative player, he's always stealing pieces from different ethnicities, and all of these labels that he has on him, for him to be the one to do this, there's no coming back from it. And it's like it further like solidifies what everybody's opinions of you are. It's like everybody looks at you like, yeah, you make good music, you know, we bop to your joints and you've been a hit star for years, but there's always that but, you know what I'm saying? It's like you could never question the authenticity of Nas ever. There's nothing to question where he's from, how he came up, his experiences, his culture, how much he's entrenched and a part of hip hop, why he got into hip hop. People like Nas, people like myself, people like some of y'all in the chat, we don't even get into hip hop. You're born into it. Like it's just, You know how they say like certain gang members just like, nah, I didn't get jumped in or nothing like that. Like I was born into it. Like my mother, my father, my older brother, my uncles, the street I live on, the neighborhood is like I'm born into it. Were my parents gonna jump me in? No, I was born into it. That's hip hop for a lot of us. And we don't see that. This is why everybody going back and looking at Degrassi imagery of him. It's just like you were created by Lucian. That's what everybody's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's just the wrong one. There's no coming back from this. None. Image-wise. None. As we continue.
Hit the button, bro.
Yo.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Because you listen, maybe he has grounds for this, but I tell you what he didn't manipulate. They didn't manipulate all them football games, the cars driving up and down the street, the clubs. They didn't manipulate all that real life stuff that was happening instantaneously as soon as Not Like Us dropped. Instantaneously.
Yeah, this is horrible timing for Drake. Even if you're trying to handle this business like this is not when you do it. We've never seen an MC battle just make somebody fumble and crumble like this.
You know what's wild? It's like Drake and Kendrick, it dominated the internet. It dominated all platforms. It dominated everything for more than the first half of this year. And then it's over. It ended to the point where some of us started getting sick of it. Like, all right, Kendrick and Drake, like y'all don't want reactors and podcasters covering anymore. Like, we're done with the topic. Like, okay, we beat it to death. We get it. And then the Diddy shit comes. That takes over. The Little Dirk shit comes. The YSL trial. And when it comes to Young Thug, his shit coming to an end. Like, this becomes the big news that moves to the front of hip hop. And then even if you step a little bit outside of hip hop, you talk about like the presidential campaign. Like all these big headlines. It's like Drake wanted the negative press to come back, as it's like, wait. Everybody was killing me for like the first 6-7 months of this year. And y'all stopped and y'all went over there. I want y'all to come back and kill me again. Like, this was a sit down period. I don't know if he had to sit down all the way until after the Super Bowl because he tried to connect. The 100 gig drop and the Hey Delilahs and the shit with Sexy Red and whatnot. Like, he tried to connect a couple of times and it didn't. It's okay to sit down for a few and rebound. Let people miss you a little bit. It's okay. Like, this just wasn't the time. And it's wild that, we could sit up here with our small opinions, podcasters and reactors and fans that watch this. I'm going through industry heavyweights, even Stephen A. Smith, who was sitting up there rambling about how much he doesn't cover hip hop, but he grew up around hip hop megastars and heavyweights. Like he said, he made his phone calls, right? That Stephen A. Smith is the type of guy that you send a text message or you make a phone call, they pick that up because they know how big he is in media and how big he is in his space and how much influence he has. He's still a big guy. And all the reaction that he got back is either this is wrong or I'm not touching it. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's like everybody has the same sentiment. So whether you're Drake's PR, Drake's lawyer, is like, y'all don't see none of this coming? You just let the whole world be able to critique you and look at you like, yo, this is borderline idiocracy. And none of y'all saw this coming? Is Drake firing anybody behind this? Did somebody hype him up for this? Like, crazy.
That ain't about to help him. That's about to hurt him. Now it's about to get to a point. Anybody that stand with Drake, the high ups is just looking. Stand there if you want. It's over. They sending a clear cut message. Yo, it's over. And Drake knows it. So I'm not arguing with nobody now.
I had the opinion on the stream the other day. I said, I got to look at it like this. If you sue UMG, let's go back. Let's talk about numbers for a second. Remember we said Spotify paid in 2023 UMG $2.28 billion, right? I almost said million. $2.28 billion. And they said that was about 20% of their rev for 2023. That means that UMG probably took in like $1 trillion for 2023, right? Just do the math. It's crazy numbers, like $1 trillion. These are the real heavyweights. Drake, you're a big deal with your 3, 4, 5, $600 million deals. You are a big deal, but you're not even a quarter of what's above you pushing these buttons, moving real weight around, and real super multi lifetime money around. So I said, if you want to pick the fight with them, and that's the type of fight where they got to look at you and say, you can't return from this. I don't trust you no more. I don't fuck with you no more. You tried to expose me. You tried to hurt my reputation. You tried to make me look away in front of all the other artists that's underneath me. You could possibly open me up to other lawsuits. You got me going through all this shit. The whole world industry wasn't even saying the word Lucian before. Now, what? I said, like, there's no coming back from that. To Joe's sentiment, like, yo, the big wigs now is just like, go ahead and stand next to him if you want. It sounds almost similar to what Stephen A. Smith said, right? Everybody's just like, I ain't touching that. Why? Because it's way above Drake. You stand next to him, the people way above him now. It's like, okay, got you. I always thought playing with, a caliber of an artist like Drake was that's a big deal. Imagine the trillionaires above him or companies above him. Okay. That's what makes it like, yo, you must know that you're done.
It reminds me of the saying, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? I mean, everybody he's talking to out there loves the song. And now they're saying he's trying to explain to people it's really not as popular as you think. And that seems just so missing the mark.
Or maybe he's saying, yes, it's popular, but it didn't get popular organically.
But that's not the way people view this. And it just seems to me that even with the rap battle, that's not fatal for him. But to tell people, you don't know what you're thinking, you don't know what you're talking about, it's not the way you think.
You don't like that song.
I don't think that. I think that could be really devastating to his career.
It's almost like projecting. It's almost like maybe you're the kind of guy who's used bots at different points and you've played kind of games like this, so you're suggesting it of someone else.
The projecting thing is crazy. Is that not another thing that we said on the stream the other day, folks? I said, I don't care how much money Lucin puts behind a single or the UMG machine puts behind a song, how much you put it on certain playlists and bump it to the top of the charts and keep it on billboards and push certain buttons to get people halftime show performances or get people to win Grammys behind some of this stuff. That's all at play here. Payola and paying off streamers and little stuff under the table. Yeah, that's all at stake here. This is the industry that we're talking about. A lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of money moving around, a lot of machines at play and at work. We get it. We're not stupid. But what does that have to do with a song actually making me dance? Actually making me say, yo, this is me actually wanting to hear this. And you're really trying to tell me that you didn't really like this song as much as you think you did. We're all just that programmable. And I understand there is a matrix out there, but that's what you're telling the hip hop community. You're saying all the fans that like the song, not like us, you wouldn't like it as much if it wasn't for this stuff that I'm suing about or these pre-action lawsuits about. And then y'all all got to answer that question for yourself. Do you agree? Do you agree? Like, you want to know what? I knew that I liked the song, but the only reason I really like the song is because it just happened to get directed towards on Siri every once in a while, oddly, when I said the wrong words. Or every time I got my car and I heard it on the radio, you know what I'm saying? Like it played like at least 4 or 5 times in the span of my hour-long drive. That's really the reason why I be dancing to that shit. If that's how y'all feel, then you go ahead and side with Drake with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that anybody could, you could make me pick up on a song. You could make a song popular to me. There's a lot of songs that I hear on the radio or I see on TV and I'm like, damn, this again? And I'll be actually opposite of what this claim is. I'll be mad that it's playing on the fucking radio so much. I'm like, why y'all forcing this bullshit on me? Why y'all forcing this shitty artist on me? Like, remember CJ, the Whoopty kid, the Whoopty, blue cheese. Oh, ask anybody that was around me or had these private conversations with me. I hated him from the jump. He was forced on us, right? To the point where people were calling him an industry plant. And they said he had some record label bigwig uncle or something, right? That pushed him and placed him. This is all true shit. This is all true shit. And he's a native Staten Islander. Where the fuck am I? Yeah, I didn't like him from the jump though. I couldn't miss that song. It was everywhere. It was being pushed as a hit song. And he even got there's documentaries on his industry uncle or whatever pushing buttons behind his career. But before all of that was unveiled and before they killed him and started saying, you ain't real this and real that and you fake this or whatever, and this is all this or whatever, before any of that happened, I didn't give a fuck about the song. I didn't care. I didn't like it. I didn't like him. I looked at him and I was like, it don't feel right. It feels fake. I swear on everything I could grab people that could co-sign that. I had arguments behind dude before he got exposed. So which person are you? Which person are you? I'm the guy, like, you push some shit in front of my face. If I don't like it, I'm tight at the radio. Oh man, you playing this bullshit again? Oh, you got this whack ass artist in front of me again? You know what I'm saying? What's his name? The gold all of my watch, all of my chain, James or whatever, that was forced on us. One hit wonder ass guy that ended up getting exposed by Mano and all that type of shit, right? I didn't give a fuck about that song like that. I really didn't. Like, I was just like, all right, whatever. Like, there's a lot of singles that get pumped up crazy. And why you think these people are one-hit wonders? Because they actually do lack the talent. But the machine that came behind those songs and really pushed them, but we as fans, we didn't keep them there. He was like, all right, hit single. All right, goodbye. We are the ones responsible for continuing to stream and buy unless the record label just stops putting money behind it. But why did they stop putting money behind a project? Because they're looking at it and they're forecasting a possible failure or potential loss, right? So what Ebro just said, that's more like me. I don't care how much something is pumped up. If I don't fuck with it, I don't fuck with it. I don't know. Everybody's different.
Either way it go, this then let his emotions cloud his thoughts so bad to where he's just swinging in the air and screaming. And I'm going to be real. I think when he seen Kendrick Lamar controlling the first 12 slots of Apple, I think it sent him somewhere. I think that Kendrick can double back and drop the whole project since that, and he ain't released nothing. I think it sent him somewhere. Yeah, he's emotional. Crazy. I'm like, either way it go, it's tough for you. Before you got to remember.
They're not going to go to trial that
You got to remember,
either.
bro, listen. Kendrick Lamar does not control what Spotify does. And here go what's crazy. Spotify ain't gonna run no bot numbers up on themselves because they the ones gotta pay. This is more like, you like that said, this is the part that I couldn't believe it. He said Spotify allegations that the two companies conspired to artificially inflate the popularity of Kendrick Lamar is not like us. Okay, Drake. So when they got you on their playlist and got your picture up top, what the you think that's doing for you? So I had to hit the team. I say, bro, they say wacky foul. That's a fact. That's real.
And then how would you even be able to prove that?
I don't know. 6ix9ine part 2. Two things gonna happen. They go in there and can't find nothing, you looking crazy. They go in there and find something and then look at you, find something too, then what?
He says that whenever Theory...
That makes it like the lose-lose. And that's how people are looking at it, because it's like, once again, you know, when we saw Scorpion everywhere and it was trumped up the way that it was and Nicki Minaj was complaining about it. Like, what do you think happened with you? Nobody got behind Drake shit when he was battling Meek. Like, but back to back, there was nothing added. There was no machine there. Like, it's just wild, B. It's wild.
One of the biggest artists in the world wants to have a public conversation about whether or not payola was used against him when certainly payola has been used to benefit him on multiple occasions, right? I mean, like, this is a case of where you accuse somebody of doing something because you know that's what you do, right? That's what I would do if I was him.
Right.
Every major song has a massive expenditure behind it. Nothing goes pop by accident and it's just an organic success that had no help. There are bots, there is payola, there's all sorts of ways that radio stations and streamers and other ways that we get music to consumers are influenced by music industry money. And we have dealt with payola in large ways throughout our history in the 50s.
I mean, duh. Let's put up a record label's product against somebody selling out the trunk. Like, remember when like people started going independent, and I think even Koch Records, influenced it a little bit, but the numbers were never big. The payoff was supposed to be that you keep the higher percentage. Let's say $2, $3, $4, $5 per album versus like 25 cents per album or some shit. That's the trade-off, right? But it just doesn't make any sense to assume. This is why people are with the labels. As big as an artist as Drake is right now, even without the Kendrick Lamar beef. Watch this. This is just my opinion. Even if you remove the Kendrick Lamar beef and Drake is still sitting in the throne, if behind the scenes he's negotiating with UMG and he wants $800 million for the next 2 years or whatever the circumstances are, and UMG says, look, man, it's been nice. We agree to disagree on that. You're going to go your way. We're going to go our way. And then he goes independent. Drake will still be a huge artist. He will still have a lot of success, but he would not be even 60% the same to me as far as his numbers, his reach, his impact, his stayability in certain metrics and charts, etc. Because that's the point of the machine. If UMG wasn't UMG, then nobody would be under UMG. You see what I'm saying? People try to go independent, but they never do those same numbers. And that's some of the trade-off once again. Do you want to reach more people? Do you want to potentially expand? The Drakes of the world, the Taylor Swifts of the world, the Rihannas of the world, the Nicki Minaj's of the world, these big artists, they don't do independent projects. You know what I'm saying? They got too much of a fan base. So somebody's going to put up hundreds of millions of dollars to get behind that type of stuff and further push it to the next level. And none of these fucking record labels are in it to lose money. We've been talking about the artists getting raped and pillaged for years, right? So they're not losing money behind this stuff. We talk about Rihanna, LeBron James, and Diddy and Jay-Z and these people becoming billionaires, and Dr. Dre billionaires after 10, 15, 20-year stretches. We're talking about UMG in 2023 possibly making $1 trillion in 1 year. It's a different ball game. So of course these big artists, and they want their big product and the big sales and the big promotion runs and the big rollouts and the Grammys and all that type of stuff. You want that? Then you got to be under UMG. Look, in battle rap, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the battle rappers are venturing off into their own, but you're not going to see any battle rapper, and this is just a harsh reality. Sorry, it's true. You're not going to see any battle rapper on their own unless they go full league owner for 5-10 years or whatever. You can't replace the impact of what some of these established leagues have done. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do the same or replicate unless you come together with that combined, the talent and the machine. That's just how it goes. Look how y'all are complaining about certain cards or certain leagues. Oh, this league doesn't do face-offs. This league don't even put out flyers or trailers. This league don't know how to run their ship. This one over here is overpriced. Who makes those decisions? That's all on the business and the league side of things. The battle rap is supposed to be contracted to show up and rap, right? Do some promotional along the way, but actually show up, and that's the core piece of their job. Those 3 rounds when they step on stage, right? It's a 1-2 punch. No different than Drake, UMG. So 1-2 punch. Does Drake still hit hard without UMG? Absolutely. But how hard does he hit with UMG? $1 trillion industry type of levels of how hard he get hit then. It's different. Oh, buddy. Let's continue.
The whole thing against Drake was that he was soft. Right. He wasn't like hardcore enough for, a rap beef or a rap battle at all.
It's TMZ
and now
here
he's kind of
again.
proving people right.
I
He's
think
proving
so.
Kendrick right in like all of his lyrics because so he's alleging Universal Music Group use bots and payola scheme to pump up the song. He thinks they're like against him to make this song the biggest that it was this year.
Now, are you able to explain what payola means?
Isn't that when you give something to get something in exchange?
Yeah, when you pay for something that's federally regulated, right? It's illegal at this point. But it doesn't matter the gender, the culture, the race. This is everybody's reaction. If I had a random conversation with that girl on the street, if I didn't see her on the TMZ platform, I wouldn't necessarily think that she's some super abreast, knowledgeable hip hop person. And that's the point. It doesn't across the world at this point. This is the stance, this is the position, this is the reaction, this is the thought. His legacy will never rebound from this. Ever. Ever. Oh, this one's funny. I had to bring this one up here, y'all.
You know, I got all this shit hanging over my head. But you off trying to start a war with our partners. The nigga diss me every time I see him. Acting like he the one in charge and shit. In Compton, he is the one. You lose. Every time you bite with that nigga, and I'm the one that pays for it. And you gonna get off his corners? You gonna leave his people be? Or you the one that's gonna find yourself a new plug? You don't mean that shit? The fuck I don't. I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
How perfect is that scene for UMG and Drake? He's here from Compton. Yo, we can't make this shit up, B. This is so bad, yo. This is so bad. Oh, shout out to No Life Shaq, man. One of the biggest hip hop reactors on YouTube.
Drake. Ain't no way, dog. There's no way, Drake. There's no way I'm reading this.
This might be my first time ever reacting to a reactor.
There's no way I'm reading this, dog. What? You said what? You about to get cooked, dog. I ain't even finna go look. You finna get cooked. Oh, ain't no way. Drake. Hold up, man. I want y'all to see this. There's no way.
He covered his face. He can't even read the shit. Shout out to No Life Shaq, man. It is crazy. Let's keep the large platforms going.
So essentially, there's a lawsuit that has been filed towards UMG because they didn't stop Not Like Us from coming out because it's defamatory. So I think this is the first time in hip hop beef history. Your pants do say "You Not Like Me."
That's hard, huh?
It's almost like if you were in a hip hop beef and instead of someone responding, they sued you.
Yeah, man.
It'd be kind of crazy, right?
That's kind of going now. Like, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. That's some hoe shit. Huh? It is. I was just like, why you gonna hate? It's all rap. It's all love. Why you gonna hate on the next man getting it back because he was better?
Yeah, shit's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. And you had said,
why you gonna hate on the next man getting the bag? Because he was better. Yo, real shit though. And we still got a couple more people. Like I said, you see the thumbnail. This is the industry reaction live. We got a couple more that we still got to do. All jokes aside, you know what this seems like? The example that I reference when I think about never returning your reputation because you presented something and you stood a certain way during, let's say, the confrontation or during the problem. And then when things didn't go your way, you went to the court. The game in 40 Glock. Now, I know that was a physical confrontation and this is a rap battle, right? I still look at it the same because we looked at 40 Glock, first and foremost, your fucking name, right? And then we watched the way you carried yourself. We watched the way you spoke in your interviews. We watched the way you talked about the game, right? You incited a problem. Or let's say you didn't incite it. Let's say, to be fair, you spoke in such a manner where it was just like, let's get it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for all that. There's videos of him fighting in clubs or whatever. I think with Compton Menace, all this tied together. Alleged a chain got snatched in the middle of that. I remember the video. Yeah, the Lil Wayne situation where he supposedly ran up on Lil Wayne's tour bus or whatever, and he was knocking on the window. Yo, you gotta tap it. Come on, trying to intimidate Lil Wayne. Yeah, the other one where Jamie Foxx talks about a story of 40 Glock going up to I think a Plies video shoot, right, and like shutting it down and like scaring everybody up there and whatnot, right? And in games, people catch you slipping at a pool party, they beat the shit out of you. Okay. I mean, it happens. You a street nigga, you a gangster, you a gang member, your name is 40 Glock. You got caught in a situation where you got your ass whooped, and that should have been the end of it. He went to court, though. If you realize that was the end of 40 Glock. Me personally, when that video came out of Game, everybody hitting on, or Game hitting on him and all that type, even regardless of whether the video was super edited up or not, right? Doesn't matter. We got visuals of you getting punched on, and you all have videos talking about you be getting physical and active and doing all this to people too, right? So it came your way, and me personally, I could have watched it. Hey, they caught you. You caught them at times or whatever, and they caught you. I mean, you can't win them all. They got you. This is gangster shit that y'all are doing. This is street shit that y'all are doing, right? They caught you. But when we heard that he went to court, I said, oh shit, I'm done with him forever. You lose your integrity, you lose your trust, you lose everything. Like, if you ever engage in something where you feel like, I'm here to bash you, I'm here to fight with you, whether it's gangster shit or whether it's just a competitive field. The moment you start losing, if you go to the courts, there is no justice. You lose your integrity. You lose your trust. You lose what we thought that you stood for. Me personally, I can't fuck with you at all. At all. Just don't engage then. And the obvious parallel in that is Drake. You said defamatory stuff and you engaged in the battle too, but you lost. So you can't have any lawsuits that talk about defamation of character. That's just insane to me. You don't go to the courts when you lose. You damn sure don't go to the courts when your hands is dirty too. That be some more super sucker shit. Niggas that they hands be super dirty and then they go to the court. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's Charlamagne the God again.
On his latest lawsuit. And his post, Charlamagne says, come on, man. Because you lost a rap battle, Dot said squabble up, not lawyer up. I'm just here for the chaos. Let's discuss, okay? Also, rapper My Son, he said, filing a lawsuit over a rap battle is crazy to me. But hey, if y'all like it, I love it. All right, now rapper Rhapsody, she put out her reaction saying, legal action over losing a rap battle, my, not like us at all. Hashtag culture over everything. Of course, we got Punch from TDE. He was in disbelief saying, nah, the rap streets is done. Shaking my head. We also got DJ Mustard reacting, just saying, OMG. And Joe Budden, he'll be reacting on this podcast, if not later this evening, earliest tomorrow. Like I said, everyone is shocked at the fact that Drake really got his lawyers involved in this beef versus Kendrick Lamar. And the fact that he's accusing Kendrick, right, or the label of using bots and payola and other dirty tactics is wild, man.
We had like what? Number like 15 or some shit at this point. What was this one? This one was Tyrese. I just woke up. Wait, huh? This is not real, y'all. Stop playing. I love Drake. Been the biggest supporter of dude forever. It's always 10 toes for the West Coast, but I don't believe this is true at all. Ashton Kutcher is punking us. Disbelief. Disbelief, man. Disbelief. Can't even believe it. Let's keep it going. We still got a couple more, man. This is insane, B. This is insane. Who is this? This one was Timbaland. So somebody posted not a rap battle, but if he would have won the rap battle, he wouldn't be suing. Make it make sense. You can't create a storm and cry when it rains. And Timbaland replied to that. They say that's the reason why Drake just recently unfollowed Timbaland. And that's why I said sarcastically when we started the stream, I was just like, Drake, you're just going to have to unfollow the entire industry. Nobody is co-signing this shit except for Rory, probably Maul, and academics. That's it. Man, this is insane. And here goes the classic prediction, y'all. This is just so epic, man, for this to happen. Shout out to Charlamagne the God.
One, what is the next move for Drake?
Lawsuit.
No.
That motherfucker is gonna sue. Listen.
Why? He needs to
listen,
sue. All the investigators
No.
on Twitter have been pulling all the stories.
The investigators on Twitter ain't got shit to lose. Let me tell you something. Drake is half white.
Exactly.
Okay?
This is what
Y'all about to
talking
learn.
about. Saying he's gonna go Karen.
Drake mama's side of the family is like, oh no, Aubrey. No. This man is out here calling you a pedophile.
Not
Listen,
Aubrey.
there's probably people at Nike. There's probably people at Universal. There's people that got real vested interest in Drake. That is a multi-billion dollar entity.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to protect your name. Fuck all that rap shit. Yep. Call your cousin. Call your cousin who's the lawyer. All right.
But then he just gonna prove Kendrick right.
Who said Kendrick was wrong? Drake knows he's half white.
No, I'm just saying what Kendrick was just saying, how he don't know his black. Like,
he's not suing.
I'm not saying, like, I can see him suing.
Yo, the fact that Charlamagne was ahead of the curve, man. You gotta give it to him. So that's my industry reacts video there. Like I said, I spent about an hour collecting. All I did was just YouTube search industry reacts to Drake's lawsuit. And every video that I found with some type of soundbite in it, I just brought it up on my browser. And I said, all right, I'm going to go live and we're just going to look at all of these together. Like I said, of all the stuff that I see, and there's probably like double and triple what I didn't bring up because, you know, I don't necessarily know them. I never heard of them before. I don't follow them. I didn't think that y'all would want to hear from them. I found so much more, of course. And I only found 3, or you could say 2.5 people taking Drake's side. It's crazy. And they just happen to be Rory and academics, right? So it's just insane, man. There's no rebounding from this. His legacy officially is, I mean, from a hip hop standings standpoint, as far as like, you know, top 3, top 5, his shit was in question ever since the ghostwriting allegations came out. Actually, with the reference tracks and all that, it kind of was proven, right? I'll still say allegedly. And so his ranking was in question after the ghostwriting stuff. The thing about the ghostwriting stuff, we got over it because he kept producing hits. That's what they've been saying. Drake, this is what you need to do this year. Just keep producing hits, right? And we actually do believe in his pen and his artistry. Like, we believe that Drake could walk into the booth and write his own shit and come out with a hit and something that we all fuck with, whether it's musically, sonically, or even penmanship wise, right? So he got a pass on that, the ghostwriting shit. And then this Kendrick and Drake loss, this battle, it's epic. So it's just like, yo, you're out of the throne now, but you'll live. You'll be all right. You ain't number 1. You ain't wearing the crown, but you'll be all right. I didn't think it could get any worse. The lawsuit shit now ruins his overall hip hop legacy forever. It ruins him as a, you see how at first when J. Cole pulled out of the battle and everybody was just like, yo, you could never rap for any type of competitive ranking ever again. That's Drake. And J. Cole is actually cool now because now we've seen a battle play out. We was like, actually, J. Cole, you might have did the right thing. You saw how much mud was gonna get slung back and forth, and you left it alone. You was like, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, he look all right now. But Drake, you can't compete. You're a pop star now. You can't I don't want to hear I'm the greatest, I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that. That second lawsuit, the first one was signed by Frozen LLC or whatever. I'll still say allegedly, right? The second one is signed by Aubrey Graham. So it's not even like your legal team is off doing what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to make some money and do what their job is to do when you just over here being the talent. No, that's your shit. Aubrey on that second one, that's about defamation. That one kills me. The first one is just like, I kind of understand. I don't like it, but I mean, y'all do y'all corporate thing. There's probably a lot of stuff I don't know about that. The second one says defamation of character due to the not like us lyrics. There's no way around that in hip hop. There's no way around that. Legacy ruined. It was already like this with certain people. You gave them the final door shut. No legacy for him, for anything competitive, any best of anything. It's ruined. It's ruined. All he can do is be a pop star. And that's still great. He can still make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars being a pop star. Don't think that because I'm saying stuff like this, people, that if he doesn't put out a hit record or a hit song, that I won't be bobbing and two-stepping to it. I absolutely will. I'm here for my entertainment and I'm here for my music. But I still categorize my artists. Okay? I know who's who and what's what. And when I start talking about certain artists, there's just certain categories I can never put Drake in ever again. That's just me. If y'all feel the same or if y'all feel different, drop me a comment. But when you're going to ask me on my opinion, shit, sorry, it's true.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without my thing, still got a gun.